Some of you may be watching me on YouTube, and others of you may be watching me on my Facebook page. So I'm not exactly sure who is where. But either way, I'm here, and in order to pass the time since my mother is asleep, I just thought I'd come online and talk with you all for just a few minutes to see if there was something of interest that I could talk to you about. First off, for those of you on Facebook, I want to say thank you for that active participation that you are doing by responding to the 3 words that will describe you. That is amazing. Those 3 words has erupted into something that is interesting that for the most part, I have responded with a complete sentence or two about your 3 words. So keep posting and share those posts with your friends. Hello, Sam. Thanks so much for joining me today. And those of you who are watching me on YouTube, if you'd like to drop a note, that would be fine. Sam, what interesting question might you have for me today as I sit here in the hospital with my mom? And for those of you who I didn't say, I'm Dr. Priscilla. Thanks for the hearts up. Thanks for the thumbs up. This lets me know that you are able to see me, and I think you can hear me well. So that's really, really good. All right, I'm going to invite you all to, those of you on YouTube, please type something in the chat. Type something in chat, and I will respond. So today I'm in the hospital, and you can't really see that much behind me, but this is some type of specialty container for needles and swabs. And this is all that you can see. I won't show you Mother's room right now, but maybe in another post, I will show you her room. So I'm talking a little low because she is sleeping at the moment. Let's see. When we're thinking about what we can do to improve ourselves, we can always think of the activity that I put into the chat today. Think of 3 words that would describe you. Another activity that you could do in order to practice your conversational English is to think of 3 words that would describe a friend. So take a moment now and type, what would you consider 3 good words that would describe you? Type in the chat 3 words that would actually describe yourself. So I could say that I'm energetic, I'm happy, and I'm a lot of fun. Okay, those would be my 3 words to describe me. And after doing that, you could perhaps try to write a sentence using those 3 words. Okay, that would be something that you could do. Anything that you can think of to help improve your conversational English to make it fun. Speaking English should not be boring. And because we know that there are over 800 million people speaking English, it could be their first language, it could be their second language, whatever the case may be, there are over 830 some million people speaking English. So you want to be on board to become proficient in speaking English. And the best way to do that is to practice. Practice with someone like myself or other online coaches, or find you someone that is willing to participate and practice speaking English with you. Hey, Iman, thanks so much for joining me today. It's good to have you here. And again, those of you that are watching on YouTube, thank you. So I believe, Sam, you are a member of my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me and subscribing to the channel. Iban, I think you too are a member of my YouTube channel. Can you give me a 1 if you are a member and are subscribing to my YouTube channel? Could you just type 1? And those of you who are on YouTube, could you please type 1 if you are a subscriber to our Facebook group? Now, those of you who want to join the daily, not well, it's not so much a daily membership, but to join our membership for English language learners, where you actually get to interact with me live, you can join the membership site that is available, and it is a great way to develop your conversational English skills. So let me know if that is something of interest to you. Our next session will start on November 1. On November 1, if you'd like to join that membership, I would be happy to add you there. So let me know if you'd like to become a member of that group. Let's see. Let's see who else is watching today. So we just talked about 3 words. I'm waiting for someone to type the 3 words that you would like for me to discuss today. All right. Let me know what the 3 words are that you'd like to discuss today. Just 3 words. I'm waiting and watching and listening. It's awfully quiet in this hospital, which is as it should be. And in a little while, you'll hear maybe a few um, electrical medical devices go off. That is to alert the staff that we need some type of assistance. And the staff here at this hospital, they are phenomenal. They're really, really good. I really appreciate their efforts and all that they're doing in the care of my mother. Okay, so I've been on now for almost 7 minutes, and there isn't any response. Okay, hey Moosefig, thank you so much for posting. So Moosefig posts, I am pure, full of love, and emotional. Though I possess these characteristic features, they are not fully who I am. We have all missing sides. Very good. Your sentences are almost perfect. So, what I think I would say is, I am pure, full of love and emotion. I would leave off the O, just say full of emotion. Though I possess these character, character, though I possess these character traits or character features, they are not fully who I am. We all, or we have all missing sides. It's probably we all have missing sides. Very good try. And when you write something, you hear it, you practice saying it, you will be amazed at what you will be able to do now that you've heard what you want to say in English. But I think, Ms. Fig, you have good command of the English language. You just need to practice with someone in speaking. I believe you would be an excellent candidate too to participate in the monthly group where we actually talk online together in real time, in real voice. So let me know if that is something that is of interest to you, and I will set that up for you. It will start on October, November. I'm sorry, it starts November 1st. Okay? So let me know if that is something that is of interest to you. Does anyone else have something that they would like to post? And I would be happy to read it. Let's see. Again, thank you for joining me on YouTube. Those of you who are joining me YouTube Live, and those of you that are here on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here today as well. So here I have some type of ointment that the nurse gave me. I'll just read this ointment. Anything that you do that can enhance your reading, speaking, listening, and writing in English, you should just try to do it. So today I'm just going to read what is on this tube. It is protective ointment. It is for treatment and prevention of incontinence associated with dermatitis. So you may be asking, what exactly might that be? One of the things that you can keep in mind is that when you have an abrasion, or just think of a baby that has a diaper rash, you might want to put that on the baby. So Iman, what question can I answer for you? Any questions? Or Sam, do you have a question? So when you're practicing your English, it doesn't matter what you read. Just pick something up. Pick something up, practice speaking, and go from there. So here you see, this is an alcohol prep. Okay. So these are things that you'll find in the hospital. So this one says alcohol prep, 2-ply large. Now, it doesn't say small, but it looks like something small. But this is just a little swab that they might use to, I guess, if you have an abrasion, again, you could just prep it by wiping it on your hand to help sterilize it. Sterilize is a word that you might think of. So type for me, Iman or Sam, type for me another word that you might use for sterile, sterilization or sterile. Anyone will do. All right. So when you're any place that you are, any place that you're reading, any place that you are, any place that you're watching, wherever you're going, you can talk to yourself. Just begin to speak. Just talk about whatever is there. You want to get those muscles in your throat going. You want to keep your mind engaged. You want to be able to visually see. And on the days, if you're preparing for an exam, you will do a lot better. So I see that we have more people watching. Give me type the number 3 if you can hear me well. Type the number 3 if you can hear me well. Just type the number 3 if you can hear me well. Just waiting for someone to type the number 3. Thanks, Ms. Fig. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I've given you a few things that you can do. For those of you who constantly say, I don't have anyone to practice with, no one speaks English, find anything that you can put your hands on and read it. Read it, read it, read it. Anything that you can put your hands on, read it and call it your conversational English practice for the day. Then come to YouTube. Watch my YouTubes, watch other people's YouTubes, watch anyone's YouTube and listen carefully to see if you can repeat what you have heard or what you have learned. All right? Thanks, Ms. Fig. So right now I'm going to go to an article. I will read the article. I'm going to go to Breaking News English. This is a great place to go and practice reading. Oh, let's see. There we go. So here, this one is going to be about a soccer team. I'm going to open up this one and read it for you. And the title of this article is Soccer Players More at Risk of Dementia. This is what my mom has. My mom has dementia. So let's read what it says about people with dementia. Researchers from a university in the UK have found that playing soccer can damage the mental health of players. A team of experts from Glasgow University discovered that former professional football players are 3.5 times more likely to die of dementia than other people. The experts looked at whether or not heading a football could lead to brain damage. The research team looked into the deaths of 7,676 ex-soccer players who played in Scotland professionally between 1900 and 1976. The team compared the deaths of the former soccer players to the deaths of 23,000 people who did not regularly play football. They found that the football players suffered from a lot more brain injuries. The research was requested by the Football Association and the Professional Footballers Association in the UK. The two associations made the request after the death of English football player Jeff Astle in 2002. Mr. Astle's family was convinced he died as a result of playing football. Doctors said his cause of death was repeated minor brain traumas. The doctors said this could happen with heading a soccer ball. Researcher Dr. Willie Stewart said his research showed that former football players were more likely to suffer from Alzheimer's disease, motor neuron disease, and Parkinson's disease. He said they were less likely to die of common diseases such as heart disease and lung cancer. Now, that is an interesting article. What can I do to help you to practice your conversational English, your listening, speaking, reading, and writing? We won't do any reading today because I'm reading, but you can do a little bit of writing. I want you to tell me by typing what is one word that you hear me say. Just type one word, whatever one word is that you hear, or maybe two words. Write two words that you hear me say. The research is from the United Kingdom. What is one, two, or three words that you heard me say? Please type that now. Okay, I'm going to give you maybe 5 more seconds. Thank you. Very good, Miss Fig. All right. Other people may be typing something, but this is what I'm going to do now. Now I'm going to ask you to type this word and try to type it correctly. This is what I want you to do. Do not wait for someone else to type the word. If you spell it correctly, wonderful. If you do not spell it correctly, the thing to remember is that this is practice. Here is the word that I want you to spell as best as you can. Type what you hear me say. Bound, bound, bound. If I go on and you haven't typed the word that you hear, because I don't know how quickly you're hearing the words as I'm calling them, I'm going to give you 5 words. Thank you so much, Lineker. Here is your next word. Number 2, damage, damage, damage. Number 3, experts, experts, experts. Thanks, Miss Fig. Likely. Number 4 is likely. Likely. Number 5, regularly, regularly, regularly. All right, I gave you 5 words to practice. Thanks, Miss Fig. And let's see, how many of these do we have correctly? We have experts. Thanks, Miss Fig. It's spelled correctly. Likely is spelled correctly. Miss Fig has spelled likely correctly. Lineker, yes, likely is spelled correctly. Miss Fig says that he likes this. Lineker spells regularly correctly, and Miss Fig does spell it correctly also. This is very critical in being able to hear the sounds. If you are preparing for any of the English speaking exams, in the writing component, being able to spell words correctly is going to add volume to your score. You may be able to write properly, but if you can't spell the words correctly, you will meet with some challenges as getting the score that you might need. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you all participating actively, making this more of a dialogue than a monologue. So thank you for this. Musfik, thank you so much for letting me know that you enjoy this activity, because this lets me know the type of activities that you all will willingly participate in. I'm at the doctor's office today, not the doctor's office, but I'm in the medical hospital today with the anticipation that my mom is going to have surgery today. So if she has the surgery, perhaps within the next 35 minutes by 1 o'clock, I hope she'll have it, but I just don't know what the outcome will be just now. Okay, so Musfig, what do you mean even you try us with sentences? Would you like me to give you a complete sentence and ask you to write it? All right, let's see if I can do that. Let me go to, I'm going to go to another link. And these are great sites that I'm going to, Breaking News English is a great site to visit. Unfortunately, I can't type it for you right now. All right, here's your sentence. Nancy stayed in the apartment all weekend. Okay. Nancy stayed in the apartment all weekend. Once more. Nancy stayed in the apartment all weekend. Okay, I'll wait 1 minute for you to write that sentence. Okay, you have about 20 seconds more. 10 seconds. And that is the end. Okay, Musfig, thank you. Good job. Good job. Nancy stayed in the apartment all weekend. Your words are spelled correctly. You have the correct past tense. And you put a period at the end. And Nancy begins with a capital letter. Awesome. Awesome job. Now I'll read this one story about Nancy. The title of the story is New to America. I'm going to ask you to tell me 3 things about this article once I have finished reading. 3 things that you remember in sentences. Here it is. Here's the article. Nancy was new to America. She came to America speaking only her native language. She brought her 8-year-old son with her. He was all she had in the world. They found an apartment in Arcadia. They were there for only 2 months when a neighbor's dog jumped over the fence. The dog ran toward Nancy's son. Nancy put her body in between the dog and her son. The dog stopped when it saw Nancy screaming at it. She was going to punch it in the nose. The dog turned around. Shaking, Nancy took her son upstairs. They stayed in the apartment all weekend. Then Nancy found another apartment close to the school that her son was going to attend. She and her son walked everywhere. One day, her son started coughing badly. He had an asthma attack. All the walking was making his asthma worse. Nancy knew that she had to buy a car, so she called up the Honda dealer. She talked to a salesman who spoke her language. She told him that she wanted to buy a new car if he could come over to pick her up. The salesman said he would be right over. Okay, so there you have it. Tell me 3 things about what I just read. Tell me 3 things about what I just read. Just 3 things. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write that, and then this will conclude our session for today. You have about 1 minute more to tell me 3 things about what I read. This tests your listening skills. She brought her son a new apartment. Her son had asthma and coughed. She wanted to buy a car. Very good, Miss Fig, but let me ask you this. Her son is 8 years old. Did she buy her son a new apartment? It reads, she brought her son a new apartment. She brought, but brought is not the correct word. But she and her son moved into a new apartment. She didn't brought, and she, I guess I could say she did bring her son to a new apartment, or she brought, that's okay. Yes, she brought her son to a new apartment, not that she brought a, not she brought her son a new apartment, but she brought her son to a new apartment. So you just need to add the word to, okay? I want to say thank you everyone for participating today. I hope that you enjoyed this activity. And if you want to become a member of the monthly membership group, send me a message. I'll let you know how to get involved with that. And we'll have great activities that you'll learn from every single day. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm Dr. Priscilla. I am the CEO and founder of Speak Excellent English. I want you to participate actively. I'd like for you to join and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now. Hello, hello, hello. Let me fix